Okay, so the workout's done. Your body feels amazing. We've gone through the motions. Formal's out of the way, your warm up. Your workout for the day is done. Now we're gonna stretch. Again, this stretch is a template. I'm giving you a series of stretches that I do with my members and students every day. They're universal. It's a collection of stretches that get a chance to target every muscle in the body, and it's just a good flow. As you start to get more involved into your workouts, you'll be able to add newer stretches, add more stretches. And again, you can ask me questions on the Facebook group. I can add more stretches to your routine, as I can add workouts to your routine so you can continuously progress. But this set of stretches is going to be pretty universal. So I'd start with these. Little by little, you can start to supplement or add on to extend the stretching period. So the first stretch we're going to go into is called, well, you're going to hear a few different terms. It's been called the Cobra stretch, the seal on the rock, the upward dog. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to put your hips flat to the mat, all right? And using my hands, I'm going to pop up. I'm going to pop up and pull my shoulders back. And then I'm going to lift my chin straight in the air. See, this is why they call it the seal on the rock. If you've ever been by the beach area and you see a seal sunbathing on a rock, they're postured up just like this with their chin in the air. This is an amazing stretch just to kind of help stretch out your abs after you've worked your core, to get your back nice and loose, and just to kind of open up and broaden your shoulder span. So from the front, I'm right here, pulling my shoulders back, lifting my chin up. Remember that breathing tempo, 5 seconds in the nose, 5 seconds out the mouth. Now, if you want to adjust some shoulder movement, then what I want to do is I want to rotate my shoulders one way, hold that spot for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then switch to the other side and do the same thing for about 5 to 10 seconds. Now, you want to hold stretches in general for 20 to 30 seconds, just so you can get through an entire system of them. Certain stretches you can hold a lot longer because they feel amazing. By all means, you're going to play, you're going to learn a little bit about your body with stretching. So, we go from the seal on the rock. I'm going to sit straight back into the child's pose. So from here, I bring my hips all the way to my heels. And what I want to do is I like to put my feet flat. And I'm pushing back off my palms, bringing my hips back so my back stays straight. Then I can walk my hands out and lower my entire body to the floor. This is an excellent stretch to bring all those muscles pushing back off the hands, stretching my back out this way, stretching my back out this way from top to bottom, my glutes, my quads, my hips. This is an extremely good stretch, especially after you do an intense workout. The child's pose. You're breathing in the nose, out the mouth. That's a 20 to 30 second hold. Now we're going to go into the cat back. So from this position, I bring my fists all the way in front of my knees. Okay? Once my knees and fists are touching, just like a scared kitty cat, I'm going to pull my chest up, and it's going to round out my shoulders. If you've ever seen a cat get scared, it immediately it shoots up. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing my fist right in front of my knees and lifting my back so my chest pushes straight up into my back, expanding my shoulders. This one is a really good stretch to target the inside of the back, around the rhomboid area, your rear delts. So this is an excellent stretch that complements the child's pose by opening up my back. And you should still be breathing every second you're stretching. Very important to make sure you're breathing. Okay, so from the cat back, we're going to go into the downward dog. So from here, my hands go flat and my legs straighten up. My heels are flat on the ground. I open up my legs a little bit wider than the hips. So from the front view, you'll notice my legs are wider than my hips. My hands are underneath my shoulders. And all I want to do from here is I'm going to push back off my palms, pulling my head backwards through my arms with my heels flat. It's going to allow me to stretch from my calves all the way up to the bottom of my neck. It is an amazing stretch. So, heels flat, legs are a little bit wider than the hips, palms flat. I push back and I bring my head through. I'm feeling it stretch all the way through. So make sure you keep your knees straight so you can get a nice deep stretch from the calf through the hamstring up into your glute. Pulling my head back. Holding that stretch. So as I'm talking and demonstrating, you can hold the stretches while I'm talking, explaining the benefits of them, so that way you're getting those 20, 30 seconds in between. Or learn them, memorize them, and then you won't even need to watch this video ever again. You can just go straight to your stretching and you'll have a game plan on what to do. So from the downward dog, again, one more front view. Downward dog, pull the head back. Okay, so from the downward dog, what I do is I'm gonna curl one of my legs. We'll start with the right one all the way to the front. So from this position, I'm gonna bring my right leg up into the front. I wanna get my foot as parallel to my knee as I can. Now, if you're just starting out with this stretch, you might only have this ability, and that's fine. Little by little, you're gonna open up your hip. But the whole goal is to get my leg right in the front. And my hips, what I want to do now is square them off. So now my hips are straight. My left leg pulls back, so I'm straight. Real good stretch for your hip flexor. So once I have my leg folded in, I square my hips off, I'm just gonna start to lower my chest to the floor. The lower I go, the more stretch your hip's gonna feel right in that pocket, and that's what you want. Nice, good, deep stretch in your hip. The higher your foot comes, the more it starts to open it up. These stretches over time really make it a lot easier to deal with, I guess, lack of flexibility, especially in the hips. So do these stretches every day. Trust me, I do them every day myself, sometimes twice a day. Very active, so these stretches absolutely allow me to keep going on a daily basis. So once I'm there, I drop. Again, 10 to 20 seconds. Still breathing the whole time. And then you just do the same thing on the other leg. I bring my leg up to the front. Square my hips up. Right leg is straight behind me like a tail. My right leg is straight back. And then I drop, just like this. Breathing. So once you target both of those legs, now we're going to just sit straight down on our butt. And we're going to go into the butterfly stretch. This is one of those stretches that we've all done as a kid. And it still holds true as far as one of the most beneficial stretches. I bring my heels in as close as I can. Now the reason I like this stretch is because I can actually control how much I want to open my hips up. So I grab my shoes, bring them in together, and I get my heels as close to my hip as possible. My elbows are on the insides of my legs. So this is how I can control how far I want to open them. So you might not even need that at first. You might just have this position and this is enough stretch for you for now. Little by little, you can use those arms to just push open. See, what I want to avoid while I'm stretching is the bouncing. This. We're static stretching right now. Static stretching means I'm holding my stretches, elongating my muscles while they're warm or while they just got finished working out, so that way they can prevent tightening and cramping, and just helping, aiding, and shortening the period of muscles being sore. So when you're doing the static stretching in your workout, you want to hold these guys 20 to 30 seconds. You're still breathing the whole time. Little by little, those knees are going to hit the floor. Try it out. Give it a shot. From here, my legs go straight. Boom. Then I go to your basic toe reach. Legs are straight. My back is straight. This is what two things I don't want to do. Let's do those first. Option one, this is what I don't want to do. I don't want to round off my back, arching it over to allow me to bring my fingers here. That's not that difficult to do, and it defeats the purpose of the stretch. Second one I don't want to do is I don't want my knees to bend. So maybe I do it right up top, but then my knees bend to bring it in, the same exact thing. I'm defeating the purpose. I would rather you have a nice strong posture. Knees are straight and come here. This is absolutely allowing you to actually take the benefit of the stretch. I'm stretching my hamstrings. I'm stretching through my lumbar, my lower back. So focus on bringing your chest forward. I put my fingers out here just to kind of direct and lead the direction I'm going, which is tips of my shoes and beyond. So I'm looking forward and just bring them forward. Notice how my back is not arching over. I got into good posture with my chest. When I keep my upper body straight in the air, my hamstrings, are getting the maximum benefit from this stretch. So I'm just reaching and holding. Little by little, your hands go out further, and you can hold this position, feeling nice. This is a really, really good stretch for the hamstrings. Hamstrings tighten up, and it's very uncomfortable. I think most of you experience having tight hamstrings, and that's just due to a lack of stretching. You stretch the hamstrings, little by little they open up, and that's pretty logical. Do this every day, it changes your life. Just stretching. Just stretching is a great addition to add to your everyday lifestyle, so just make sure you do it at the end of every workout. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go into the last few stretches. This one, called a runner's lunge, is the starting point. I start with my left leg in the front, and my knee should be bent 90 degrees. My back leg is gonna come off the ground, and both my toes are forward. You ever watch like sprint marathon or sprinters when they're on the Olympics or on TV, and they're in their chamber ready to run? This is what they're doing. They're locked and loaded. So I'm doing the runner's lunge position. Left foot in the front, 90 degree, knee forward. Back leg comes off the mat. Both of my knees are forward right now. Both of my toes are forward. So now what I want to do is I'm going to rotate at the hip. So my left arm, left leg's out front, left arm is going to come on the inside, and I'm going to drop it on the inside of my leg. So my left shoulder is touching the inside of my left knee right now. My right arm, what I want to do is pull it up to the ceiling. So the goal right now would be to make sure both my knees are forward. Front knee is bent 90 degrees, back leg is straight. Left arm is on the inside, touching the inside of my knee, and my right arm is straight in the air, rotating at the hip. This is very, very beneficial. This is a very universal stretch. This targets a lot of muscles in one. So I'll hold this, like I said, 20 to 30 seconds. Then I'm going to switch my arms, and I'm going to turn into the knee. So now my right arm comes to the ground, and my left arm rotates, and now I'm turning into it. When I turn into my leg, it immediately activates the glute. Really, really deep stretch in that left glute if my left leg's out front. So we're going to target both sides. So again, you do hand on the inside, both knees forward, rotate up, and all you do is switch the arms, rotate into the leg. Works the same on both legs. So I put my right leg out, 90. Left leg back, both knees forward, right arm down on the inside, left arm up to the sky, 20, 30 seconds. Left arm goes down, right arm comes up, I turn into the hip. Last one, I'm going to stand up tall. Bring my legs together. I'm going to bend at the hip as I bear hug myself. So I bear hug myself, legs straight, and I'm bowing down on my hips. Legs stay straight, upper body is straight, and I go all the way down and I hold. While I'm holding, I'm pulling my shoulders down. This is a very good stretch just to open up the back and get a nice overall stretch from the top of my neck all the way down my lower back to my glutes, to my hamstrings, to my calves. So I hold that, 20, 30 seconds, like I was saying. Then arms drop. I tuck my chin to my collarbone. I put my fingers on my shins. And then very slow motion, I'm going to scrape my fingers up my legs with my chin tucked, keeping my back rounded, and I'm going to slowly exhale all the way up until I'm standing up tall, just like this. Excellent. So that's a series of stretches that you're going to be doing at the end of every workout. Again, this video is about 14-15 minutes, so that's obviously not how long you're going to stretch for the most part. But you do want to take 7 to 10 minutes to stretch after each workout. Use this template of stretching. From there you can supplement out, you can add some, you can modify some. If any of these are causing pain and you simply cannot do it, message me on the Facebook group and I'll give you some modifications for certain ones. But otherwise, these are a great system of stretches. So get them done at the end of every workout. Watch the video a few times. You'll learn them, you'll figure it out, and then you just flow straight to after every work. That way you don't have to hear me repeat myself over and over and over with this video. I wish I could change every video's dialogue, but it's one video. You want to get a live version of me? You just message me on the Facebook group, and I'm there. That comes with the program, and that comes with the program forever. So I'm here. Anytime you have the question about stretches, about the workouts, any of the dumbbell workouts, any of the suspension strap workouts, ways to make it harder, ways to degress and make it a little bit easier, it's just one click away. Find me, do the stretch at every workout, play back this video, however long it takes until I understand your body and how you understand to take care of it after the workout. Then you're off to the races. Then you teach somebody else. That way they can benefit from the same things you're benefiting from. It's also a great way to remember stuff by teaching it to somebody. So get the stretches in. Tomorrow, you run it back. Foam roll, warm up. Either one of the dumbbell workouts or the suspension workout, you go into the stretch. And when you hit in your stomach, I'm gonna have a separate video for that using the strap. Using the strap just because it's an extremely intense way to train the abs, and I wanna give you guys options. So we'll talk to you again on the next video. Stretch.